Okay. Alright, we'll have a little chat. Have you any idea why I was speeding up to the couple of crossings that I did speed up to?
Because the lights were green and you probably thought you'd beat them.
Might
as a learner.
Might have something to do with the fact that you never told me the crossings were coming up.
Probably.
Yeah. So again, look upon that as a lifeline.
Right.
Yeah. One was a zebra crossing, and the first one that I speeded up at was pretty obvious coming up the road. We'd already gone past it once already. Was the Pelican crossing, yeah? The one with the flashing amber, do you remember? Where the two girls were standing there. You never mentioned it, so that's why I put my foot down.
Right.
So, you know, that's a wake-up call, but you got me back quite quickly. Nothing to worry about, but concentrate, yeah? You should be on the ball with that. You should have spotted that. I mean, it wasn't a situation where we had pedestrian crossing after pedestrian crossing after pedestrian crossing like you have in Pinner, was it? There was a fair old gap. We turned left at the mini roundabout. You controlled me really well there. Watch out, there might be a zebra crossing around the corner. And there was. And then we came up the hill, and I saw the two pedestrians standing on the left. I knew they'd press the button. And I thought, if I give a bit of welly now, because you never mentioned it. Yeah? So that's why I gave a bit of welly. But you dragged me back again, yeah? So the examiner is going to play with them situations, yeah? But you controlled it.
I didn't, it was crap.
No, it was reactive instead of proactive, yeah? You could have been more proactive. If you'd have got in there before I sped up, I wouldn't have sped up, would I? If you'd have said, and have you seen the crossing ahead?
Yeah.
You know, don't forget, at phase 1, you're doing the work.
Yeah.
At phase 2, I do the work, yeah?
Yeah.
So at phase 1, you've got to spot the crossings, yeah? And there's
I
not...
wasn't given enough causes or consequences or anything. But then I shouldn't be doing that on the move, should I? I should pull you up and do that.
No, not at phase 1 you shouldn't be, because you should be talking me through the situation, shouldn't you? Yeah? Anything to do with crossings or pedestrians or signals on this PST, you should be talking me through it, yeah?
Yeah.
The flashing amber came on after the same crossing I sped up at, and I eventually had to stop, yeah? And the pedestrians crossed, and the flashing amber came on.
And I should have said, right, it's your flashing amber, it's clear to go, la la la, and I didn't.
Yeah, well, I didn't know.
You just sat there waiting.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that I could go on the flashing amber if the
exactly,
crossing was clear.
Yeah.
But you told me eventually. The penny could have dropped there just a little bit quicker maybe, and you could have just gotten a little bit quicker and said, flashing amber means that we can go up the crossings clear in the fewest words possible, then I get away.
Yeah.
Yeah? And then we could have talked about it as
I'm just expecting yeah.
No.
Oh, postpone the test.
As the man in the flowery shirt says, you can only ask a question that a 5-year-old non-licensed holder can answer, yeah? On this subject, I'm not going to know at phase 1, I'm not going to know how to do this subject, yeah? Pedestrian crossings are going to be a mystery to me, yeah? Even though you asked me at the beginning, have I used pedestrian crossings as a pedestrian? When I get in a car, I'm a total idiot, yeah? And that's what you got to remember. But again, it was handled quite well.
I nearly cried halfway through that.
Yeah, but we have something what's called, and you mustn't forget this, yeah? We have something what's called recovery, yeah? And I don't care how badly it goes wrong in the middle. If you give up, you're stuffed.
I won't give up.
Recover, right? And you recovered nicely there, and that's why I pushed you, because I could hear these sighs coming out.
Your stomach sinks and your heart.
Look, if everything flowed really, really well, everybody be getting 6s, wouldn't they? Yeah. The reason why they don't get 6s is because there is going to be bits that they're going to miss. Yeah. But providing you correct them for 60% of the time, which you did, I would say the biggest mistake you made
was letting you cross the lines.
Yeah, and you should be kicking yourself in the backside for that, really.
I am.
Yeah. But you did correct it, but it shouldn't have happened.
No.
Yeah. You should have been watching for that first one that I was going to get the opportunity to stop at. And then when we came down the hill to the zebra crossing, you were trying to take the opportunity. All you had to do was say to me, because I saw you look in the mirror, and I looked in the mirror and I saw it was perfectly clear. There was nobody behind me. There was actually nobody coming towards us either, was there? It was just coming down the hill to the little roundabout.
Yeah.
Where we could either go left or right, yeah?
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, all you have to do is just get me to stop just before I get to the water line and then go forward again.
I know. Totally lost it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Same as when afterwards I said, right, we're going to get to
That's
the line coming up, and I just lost it. I was like, I knew I had to say to you, like, slow down, you know, cover the brake, clutch down, into first gear, ready to go, stop here. Where does I knew it, but it just didn't come out.
Yeah, but I already know how to stop, didn't I? So did you have to use so many words?
I don't know. I was watching Blaine yesterday, and he said, I'm sure he said about that. I'll have to look at that again.
What?
About getting them like to stop. Don't just say stop.
No, but just saying, right, we've got a clear crossing here. We've got a clear road behind us. I just want you to slow it down and just bring it to a stop, just about now. And now I want you to creep forward and then line the reference point up, yeah? And obviously you did eventually. But that's why I played around with the reference point on the next one again, because it was a little bit hit and miss. And that was your opportunity to retrieve yourself, and you did. So, you know, recovery is really, really important. Don't give up. Yeah, because you can recover, and you did there, yeah? I think this is probably depending on the area you take, this can be a very, very difficult subject. It's one that people seem to hate. But I thought you covered it quite well there, and I was quite happy with that. It's 100% better than last week. There's only a couple of occasions where you started to wander off into your own little world again and started trying to teach me everything that I already know anyway, yeah? But it was only on a couple of occasions. And then you realised it and you thought, oh...
Not like last week, we get to say, sharp, sharp.
Well, yeah, it's...
Stop talking, woman.
Yeah, it's... You know, it's... Just concentrate on me as well.
And you weren't even putting, I don't think, anyway, you were putting in as many faults as he could put in too.
Well, obviously the main fault that I was looking for to see, that I needed to see correcting, was you getting me not to stop over that line, yeah? Because if you hadn't achieved that, that's dangerous.
I know, that would have been definite fail.
That's definite fail, yeah?
That and waving across.
Well, the opportunity to wave across never arose.
That's why I was mentioning it, because I thought, I don't know if it's going to arise.
I mean, you had mentioned it, and even though it didn't arise, therefore the fact you've mentioned it, he knows that you know it.
Yeah.
So that, you know, that was brilliant.
Should I not have started Q&Aing you more and like prompting, like to try and transfer a bit of power over to you?
Come on, Sheila.
I know it's hard, you know, you could mess it up.
Sheila. Don't go with this transfer of power on phase 1, yeah? There's only one PST that we do a transfer of power on, and that is the mirrors on the control stop, yeah?
It's just I noticed on Blaine's new videos, because when I first started watching them, he'd say, don't transfer power unless you really know what you're doing, because you could dig yourself a big hole. But I've noticed on the new ones, he is not transferring power, but more Q&A, and I don't know, it's like learners doing it a different way. So I don't know what to do, whether I should just start Q&A like I was saying to you about the signals. I'm happy with your signals, and that's what you're doing at phase 2. But I get confused whether should I
just leave your books on a moment.
Do it or not do it, you know?
No, I would. You got to remember, if you do it, it's got a chance of going wrong, innit? If you don't do it, you're not going to fail for it, are you?
No. So just keep doing the talk through.
Yeah. Leave the transfer of power to the phase 2, yeah. Especially with things concerning pedestrians and pedestrian crossings. It's a lot for a learner to take in, and yeah, by the time we've done the brief, you've only got 18 minutes, 20 minutes to do it. And that you've got to teach me signals, you've got to teach me hand signals, you've got to teach me about pedestrian crossings.
And how long were we driving for after that brief?
I don't know, last time. I'd have to check on the video camera later on. Right, let's get this a rest.